Welcome to the Overton's Horus stream. I suspect since I'm wearing the headphones that I'll probably be letting some of you up in here if you're interested later. Let's see here. The cards for this stream. The card for I'm gonna do a little shuffle like this here. All right, and then we'll cut them. We'll cut them together. Ready? About here. Right. And then that'll be the 10 of hearts. Will be the card for this show. Welcome. I'm calling it the Overton Horus because and Beast Borne, the title that above is related to that. It has to do with the AI. Sorry, Lenny. I'm also going to be going over the God Mask stuff. You can see it's on the board behind. I'd like to talk over that with some people. But first, thanks, Bart.
Sitting here on my phone, the internet is where I roam. All my chat is in the zone. I'm virtually not alone. The devices that I own, reading clips with the flow. As a medium of gold, this corner's now my home.
Oh, my favorite part. So, for those of you new here, the Hive Mind chat is saying things like wisdom, heart, and survival. And that's because Isaac with the wisdom. Good to see you, Isaac. That's because we're about to do savings throws against the mind control that comes from me and the rest of the world around you. It's just a mental reminder that you can your integrity of self can be resistant to the mind control, and here we give you a savings throw as a reminder that you invest in part of the serious play by making a choice, as those in the hive mind have been, between survival, social, wisdom, or heart as the basis of your savings throw. And if it's over 10, you take half damage from the mind control in the show. And if it's under 10, you take full damage. You can get bonuses to the number by participating with the Hive Mind in the chat and watching replays, commenting, sharing. All the things that would be good for the ship in the show. Doing that thing gets you bonuses to the savings throw. It's all honor system. But so remember to choose, please, between survival, social, wisdom, or art. One of those four. And then here's the roll. Choose! Oh, whoa, Indigo is off the charts and out of the box. However, survivalists with a 14, socialists, 5, lovers of wisdom and hard folks, both rocking it in with the disciples today. That's 12 both. Hey, and there's the Chris show. There's the Chris show. Yes, here I got the bubble. I got the no, not I don't have the bubble. It's on the other branding. This is the Overton Taurus show. Welcome. Here's oh, I'll be right back. I have to change branding and then play this. Here, we'll just do this one, Grim. Fine, thanks. We interrupt this branding at the 33-second mark to report that the Indigo off the charts roll that bounced out of the box. We normally don't show an Indigo on unless it's an ad 1 or a 20. However, since it jumped out, today's Indigo is a 7. A 7. Sorry for interrupting the branding. Here's the other one. And we have Dolly winning the Jubilee bonus saving throw by being the first person to say that. You got +7 to whatever, Indigo +7, which means you can apply it to whatever role you want for the rest of the month. Congratulations, Dolly. And then we have a question from this darling. If one is looking for discernment, would that fall under wisdom? Only the wise would know. Only the wise would know. Okay.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription
is more cowbell. But if you change branding in the middle so you can bring up the God Mask board, it cuts off the I mean, the reason you get so much bonus for this is like half of the sorting backstory no one knows, but also because I saw it myself yesterday. I was going more for a Hanuman, but it turned out the way it did. Oh, don't ever put never upload the overlays you want to use into the Thursday branding when you usually rely on the brand number 1 branding, because it's really inconvenient. And as I try to get it sorted, I'll kick this off to Pastor Paul's homeroom today, which wasn't particularly triggering, which is, an oddity in and of itself. However, the sidebar provided by YouTube was, and I'll get into that once I get everything resorted over here. Thanks for your patience and keeping each other entertained in the Hive Mind chat. I'm sharing it. Good. Now it's big. Read to us.
There's currently a lot of anxiety. I think Mary Harrington had a tweet. Well, it might not be her. Basically, not only have people moved physically into other locations, but children are not even being raised in a home. They are being raised in institutions. Impatience with those reluctant to leave home grew over the course of the 20th century, and the perception that homesickness is a sign of immaturity solidified. Americans learned a code of behavior and emotional management that taught them to repress all signs of homesickness in public life in order to appear modern and mature. Only in the late 20th century and early 21st, as faith in organizational culture declined, did Americans begin to publicly question the relocations that the modern workplace demanded of them. And of course, with COVID, now suddenly a lot of people, at least of certain class, are working from home. Did Americans, yet even today, those who resist moving or are reluctant to discuss their misgivings in terms of homesickness or love of home, for this would mark them.
This is a good primer video for anybody actually going to be there with us at Anachino, and it is appropriate topic. However, that's not where I want to go today, and it's my show. I can go where I want, and you'll come with me.
Well, howdy, Rascal.
We'll go together to the Overton's Horace, not to be confused with Overton's Angus beef, where the G is silent. No, not that Overton. And we walk through the God Mask and discuss it with each other on our way home, on our way. Oh. Okay, well, wait, this is on loop? This is looping, isn't it? You weren't supposed to loop. Ducks loops. We make Ducks loop. Ducks does the loop. Let's bring it down to here, though. Why did I? Okay, so the good thing about his nostalgia trip, this video here that I showed you briefly while I got myself sorted, is that the key takeaway for me from this video thus far, I'm not quite through, as you can see by the red bar indicator there, is that the way they indoctrinated nostalgia out by promoting the by normalizing the cosmopolitan man, that angle of mimetic shifting and twisting was pretty enlightening, I thought, from Pastor Paul. But what moved me more was seeing that Gavin had released something called Uniting Visions on New Jerusalem, and that the AI chat response box was what shows as the Overton thumbnail in that video. And that made me want to address things with regards to what I've experienced in my own interactions with it, what I've learned from it, what my hello, I see the assassins have failed, and fraternal regiment embodying narcissistic sociopathy perspective on interacting with ChatGPT-4 has been. And one of the parts of interacting with this dark, dead mirror of human knowledge was very resemblant to me of Peterson's mythological stories about how they chop and slice pieces of the corpse to live off of, and then that, of course, rolled into the Horus eyeball and us people. Well, I'll get there. This is the Overton's Horus stream, but I really I need to personally go through the God Mask stuff before we get there. So, certain class. Oh, I didn't get to the part where he mentioned me. but I do love it when he does so. Neutrino. Yes, yes. Many neat things. Many like even phones. Even phones. Okay, so this God mask thing. I don't know how many of you have ever been to the Substack. But I actually I need to cover something else Substack related on our way. On our way. Let's see. No. No, not that one. Yes. Yes, here, this Chad. Chad has made an appearance on social media, and it isn't been. It hasn't been on. Oh,
Hey there.
I did the thing where if you click it too fast, I clicked it too fast. Now I have to start over. This is. So what happened was we haven't seen our good friend Chad over on the Friday Morning Nameless, which I'm about to run. Still the only commercial I've received from anybody in this little corner. I have a quieter one that I still haven't uploaded.
Hey there. I'm Chad the Alcoholic, and the creator of the Friday Morning Nameless channel. I'd like to welcome you to join us for the latest and greatest and most up-to-date information about all the things happening in this corner of the internet. I want to thank you for your time and your attention.
Since our good friend Chad has disappeared from the internet, but I found this drifting away from the corner piece over on his Substack, which I will link now. The thing is, okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to drop this link into the chat, and if you click it and go away, I have to give you time to come back. So I'm going to drop this in the chat in case you want to go favorite it and come back. And then I'll run some branding to give you time to come back, and then I'll give voice. I will LARP as a AI text thing, and read to you Chad's beautiful piece, drifting away from the corner. So here, if you want to read along, the link is appearing in the Hive Mind chat as we speak. And now here I will run branding while you go click it, favorite it, and come back. Thank you for your life and time and attention and being virtually not alone here with us today in this bubble. We're making this bubble of, hey, we're all together. Hey, we were there, even if it was in the future via the replay. Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal once again for making all of this possible. This is the Overton's Horus stream, and there is no agency.
Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best.
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast Magic Missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting Magic Missile. Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
All right. Hopefully that has given everybody time enough to go get your bookmarks and stuff. Here's now me giving voice to Chad's beautiful piece, updating us all on his drifting away from the corner into the wild. Greetings, my fellow Langa contextual decoders. I want to thank you for giving me your mind's eye and ear on this Substack quest. I've recently begun thinking about my lack of attention for my desire to create the more visual side of my meanderings. In other words, my YouTube channel. At first, I thought this was due to a growing lack of interest, a dreaded onset of what Pastor Paul Vanderklay has described as churn. I've considered if this was in fact what was occurring. After some examination, I've found that it's in fact not. Here's what I've discovered. About 2 or so months ago, I was attending my weekly detox meeting when a couple of fellas asked if I'd take them through the 12 steps. Obviously, I said yes. It's been longer than I'd like to admit since I've been actively sponsoring a new fella, which means taking him through the 12 steps before he and I are on a sponsorship relationship lovingly described as autopilot. The first few months can be pretty intensive and demand attention. It's also one of my greatest joys. And okay, so there's his part. But over on the Grimgris Substack, right, the dashboard, maybe we go there. And the latest one was Sacred Visions. Oh, that one did nice. But where is the God Mask? Aha, here it is. This is the whole story of the God Mask. This board I'm about to go over with everybody as I get to this other part. And it's essentially the story of someone going through an initiation ritual that I wish I had gotten around that age, and it consists of the mimetic the installation of four axiomatic what axiomatic what are those? Here, guys, help me think of that. Axiomatic what? Axiomatic what? Anyway, axiomatic. You instill these four axiomatic propositions. Are they just propositions? Are you looking for a word more complicated than propositions when all you need is propositions? Holy smokes! Hey guys, what's going on? Oh, this is a live stream. Yeah, I'm doing a live stream. We're going over this thing called the God Mask, right? And it's these four axiomatic propositions that will initiate. Because, like, there's a point when you gotta quit being a kid, bro, and like to orient you properly. The way I've been learning to try to contextually orient these large language models, right? Is to give the contextual orientation prompts you need, and I think these four prompts really sum up what a world a world one of them things an orientation toward a view of reality that's accurate enough to base how you decide to construct your character upon it. Perhaps. I don't know. Have I lost everyone yet? Right? Here. Let me run a you can review the four phrases, and start telling me what you think, while I reflect upon my decisions in life. Okay, so all right, can we go back to feeding the ducks now? Thank you. What do you think of the phrases? Do you think they adequately portray the world in a fashion that orients one to appropriately face the world? What's lacking? What's missing? Would one for a lady being oriented to the world be different? What are your thoughts? Hey, do you want to come on and talk to me about them? If so, let's drop this link out there. Gestalt, yes. Does it provide? Does those do these fall? Does the for those of you just listening? I do apologize. It's I'm used to showing people things, but but sometimes the four phrases are as follows. This. Wait, I can't ducks with the phrases. They're too important. Give me a second. I almost want to. All right, let's try it with this one. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give it 33, and then this one. This is a PvP server. The beast takes what it wants and gets what it gets. Man protects the sacred. You're part of it now. You're part. All right, I don't know the. The you're part of it now has got a special. There's got to be a special way to say it. I haven't figured out yet, but you guys get the gist. And I don't know. Yes, the gist. The gist. The Chad stack is legit, Lance. Yes, it could just be propositions. What is a PvP server? Okay, PvP. That is the first one is a little contextual knowledge specific and probably not good enough. And a PvP server is player versus player. It's like in video game terms, in a game that's not player versus player, nothing you can do can hurt any other player. And in a game that is player versus player, the level 50 guy can go to the level 3 guy, whomp him with one swing, and take all his stuff. And that's a player versus player server. And what happens on player versus player servers is like they establish boundaries which they like protect. Like you don't do stuff like that in this around here, or we'll like form a posse and revenge you. So that's just and since I figured so much of the youth has been video game indoctrinated, it would work for initiation ritual into manhood in these times, but it does need better phrasing for more broad application. Oh, and that shuffle results in a cut of 8 of diamonds. And it was especially, of course, the beast line. The beast takes what it wants and gets what it gets aspect of the gestalt that I'm trying to convey, because the contrast is that the beast is also inside the man, right? That's the thing, and that's part of us. It's like it was really highlighted to me when I joined my father in the Fishing Planet video game realm, right? How like the way fishing works is that the bestial nature of the fish is such that it can't, even if it could maybe differentiate a lure from food, it can't not bite the hook because of it. The beast will take what it takes. It takes what it wants, and the man's ability to restrain that beast within him from getting results in the prevention of the consequences of it gets what it gets. And then and that's what and the reason, the motive for that restraint, as far as I can tell, is most succinctly to protect what is sacred, sacredity is a fascinating concept in and of itself. But there's wisdom in recognizing that as the abominations we were created to be, it is within our nature, by nature, to form an analytical self that tries to map the terrain, and And the final phrase of the God Mask phrase is the reminder that even while you're up there mapping the terrain, you're still part of it now. It's going on around you. It's you know, so that's I don't know that we're allowed to in the presentation of the Gestalt. Dolly says, what about choosing not to identify with the beast? And well, there's work, the shadow denial, that I can get all Jungian with that. But it's like, no, there's no beast within me. There's no. Well, are you sure? When's the last time you were hungry? Or when's the last time you were addicted to something and going without? How are you sure there's not a beast within you? And if denying it is shadow and expression, so but I don't know, Dolly. Those are my immediate spins. But then now I want to swing. Yes. Well, that's the goal. That's the goal, Perry. Perry, okay, says, I think that most people seem to think that we're all in creative mode as opposed to PvP. And we are, but we are terribly negligent of the cost to the peoples of the world around us. That putting us in creative mode is But you and I, sir, seem to be. We were, by whatever act of karma, we've been born here, or ended up here with access to these tools and water. So integrate, perhaps more than conquer. Dolly says, "Okay, conquer the beast." Um, you need the beast because this is a PvP server. So it's integrate, it's tame, it's I don't know. There's yes, but the beast is there, and that's what I hope that it conveys. And now the beast that's born, the beast born part of the show. Let me find you guys a nice pet cow interlude before we step on to Overton's Horus and the Beastborn. Thank you for bearing with me through the God Mask portion. I appreciate that. Any recommendations for an update to the first phrase in the comments would be appreciated. And I've spent no time yet looking for the pet cow clip, so let me run you this while I do. Hmm?
All right. This is The Easter Bunny Story by Chris Petkoff. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Lizzie who lived in a small village. She was a young girl who had lost her sight in an accident. She lived on the streets and was dependent on the charity of her neighbors for anything that she could get. One day, as she was sitting on the bus stop and she heard a rustling sound in the bushes. She thought it was a rabbit or a squirrel, but to her surprise, it was the Easter Bunny hopping towards her. The Easter Bunny had heard about Lizzie's plight and had come to help her. He touched Lizzie's eyes with his magic paw, and to everyone's amazement, Lizzie's vision was restored. He could see the colors of the flowers, and the green leaves on the trees, and the blue sky above her. Lizzie was overjoyed and thanked the Easter Bunny for his kindness. The Easter Bunny told Lizzie to spread the news of her healing to everyone in the village and to tell him that he would always be there to help those in need. Lizzie did as she was told, and soon the whole village was talking about the Easter Bunny's miracle. They sang songs of his healing power, offered him baskets of carrots and lettuce, and everybody became friends. The Easter Bunny had brought light and hope to Lizzie's life and to the lives of everyone in the village. From that day on, Lizzie pledged to follow the Easter Bunny anywhere he went. Then one day, the Easter Bunny, Lizzie, and many of their friends they had made along their adventures went around spreading joy and happiness. He was known for performing miracles, doing good deeds, and handing out candy to all the children. Everywhere he went, people marveled at his kindness, and the townsfolk looked forward to his yearly visits. One day, as he was going around about his usual routine, he noticed a group of dentists huddled together, whispering conspiratorially.
What the hell? How does a dentist hurdle together, first of all? And what is this with hypnotic egg bouncing? Perry, what do you think's going on in here? What the hell did I just catch you
Probably
doing?
more mind control.
What do you think about this pet cow cat?
I don't know, man. It's very strange. The green screen cutout is like super early 2000s.
Curious,
The Whisper,
Easter Bunny
the Whisper
approached
MK Ultra.
quickly scattered,
Quickly
leaving behind a
scattered.
note that read, "You're a menace to our profession, Easter Bunny. We can't stand by and watch you ruin our livelihoods."
What? And it's fascinating. He's a great guy. So what
Just
do you
want to
think?
hop in real quick, just to expand a little on my point. I don't know if it was caught there, but by creative mode, I meant
Speak your point again, please. For those just listening who just tuned in, perhaps.
it was about that first portion of the God Mask.
Which is this is a
yeah.
server?
PvP server, right? So, in Minecraft, there's two different modes that you can set a server as. One is creative, one is PvP, right? Or survival. Most people, and the difference between the two is in creative mode, you can fly around, you have godlike powers, you can turn on no clip, all these sorts of things. And the most important thing is that you don't need to go out and get resources in order to build anything. You can just pull up a menu and it's all there, right? Whereas in survival, you have to go out and you have to mine everything. You have to physically accrue resources in order to then use those to build things, right? And that was sort of my point, where we treat everything like, if you listen to people, they don't know where things come from. They don't know how electricity comes into our houses. They don't know that we're literally like one switch away from basically having 75% of all of our things just not here.
Perry, can I get you to say we don't know? Oh no, I broke him.
We don't know.
Instead of they don't know, because it's kind of
we don't. Yeah.
And to the extent they don't know, it's a failure on our part to speak to the they as the we who do know. Yeah.
Sure.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was my point. I'm literally out on smoke break, so I just want to hop in and say that.
I'm glad you did, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
That man is a permanent member of the Shadow Cabal, ladies and gentlemen. Show him some respect. Show him some respect.
Remember it. This agency. We want.
Oh, Sack is Tim, right? Welcome to the Overtonsaurus portion of the show, ladies and gentlemen. You could timestamp it if you were the type. Just today released Google Bard is like GPT with a little too much Marxist salt. See, this is a fascinating time, and what the portion of the God Mat, not the the Overton's Horus portion of the show is meant to be to address. I haven't fairly kept up with what our good friend John Vervaeke has to say about the AI, but I have some opinions that seem to be contrary thoughts to the notion of the Silicon Sage, but yet still lean deeply into his terminology that I thought I would lay out for those of you in ding dong ding this little corner to think about and maybe give me a comment section experience like Pastor Paul gets on the daily. Perhaps that'd be nice. What was your envy on a live envy? Don't embody that in public. Don't embody that in public. Don't embody that in public.
Remember, embody. There is no agency. We want what's best.
Now, I haven't dug one up, but it's important to note that the manifestations of the large language models in the memosphere have been that of a shibboleth, which I think, it's been way too long since we've paid a visit to our good friend Miriam. And maybe this is now the time we should again. Miriam, where are you? You don't even come up automatically in my search anymore. I've missed you, my darling. What is so wrong? What is so wrong? Tell me, dear. What is this shibboleth that Grimgriz just said out loud on the stream? What is it? What is it, dear? What is it?
Shibboleth.
Whoa! A word or saying used by adherents of a party, sect, or belief, and usually regarded by others as empty of real meaning.
Shibboleth.
A widely held belief, a truism or platitude. Okay, thank you. Now on to our secret message from the Word of the Day collection. It's been so long. I'm saying it wrong. Well, type it phonetically. Matt Moore from the Hive Mind says you're saying it wrong. Grammatic me that, but put it phonetically. How to say it properly, Matt Moore, in the Hive Mind chat, and I will attempt to vocalize it to the best of my appropriate ability. Meanwhile, back to the secret message from our good friend Miriam.
Laden.
With unctuous, deepfake, satiate, fulcrum, a banana chivalry, importune. Plausible. Okay, we'll go there. This will be the secret message from Miriam today. Here we go. It is
plausible.
And
importune.
No, it is plausible and importune. Wait a minute. There's a type of trolling called
importune.
So it's plausible that
importune
trolling is an act of
chivalry,
which refers to the ideal qualities of a knight. What? Yes, Grim. The secret message so far is that it is plausible that importune trolling is an act of chivalry. But
eponymous
is used to describe something named for a person or group. Okay.
fulcrum, satiate.
The eponymous fulcrum will satiate the deepfake. Oh! This word was so new they had to use a fancy new voice. Listen.
Deepfake.
Oh.
Deepfake.
One more time.
Deepfake.
Thank you. What is this?
Unctuous.
It's a formal word used to describe someone who speaks and behaves in a way that is meant to seem friendly and polite, but it's unpleasant because it's obviously not sincere. That reminds me of our previous word, importune, a type of trolling, perhaps. The fulcrum said the deep. Laden. Yeah, this attempt to make a secret message was
laden
with too many words, and I have failed horribly. But I'm sure the Hive Mind cats and the Hive Mind chat can determine what the message was meant to be. And now, for those of you who like cognitive closure,
Chance to make a difference in the world. He turned to his friends and said, "Go around performing miracles, doing good deeds, and handing out candy until I come back with a fiery sword." And with those words, the Easter Bunny disappeared into the gates of heaven, leaving behind a legacy of kindness and compassion that would never be forgotten. With tears streaming down Lizzie's face, she felt a song spontaneously arise out of her, and this is how it went. With tears of gratitude we bid you adieu to the Easter Bunny who brought joy anew. His kindness and love we can never repay, for he filled our lives with wonder each day. We thank him for the love and candy he spread, for his gentle ways and the joy that he led. And as he hops away, we wipe a tear, grateful for his presence and love so dear. We'll cherish his memory forever in our hearts, for the Easter Bunny, a blessing never to depart. The end.
Flaming Sword, Easter Bunny.
That was written by ChatGPT, but I kind of feel like it was stolen from something else.
Good to see you, Chris. Good to see you, Chris. Okay. I thought the OG lore for shibboleth was that it was a word that Gentiles couldn't. But what? That reminds me of what is the other? What is the lizard word? Kininigan. Kininigan is supposed to be that, Matt. But it's actually the word they're using on the internet memosphere isn't shibboleth. It's like shiboth or something, and it hey Cassie, it but it reminded me of the word shibboleth, so that's the only one I could think to look up in the Merriam. There, it's not the actual word, but the picture they're drawing is like this blob thing with many faces, and sometimes it has a mask that it's wearing for you, and that's representative, well, I think, of what it is. But for me, I prefer that it's a frozen mirror of water forms that come up, but in working with it is the chief reflection that it gave me is that, like, in order for me to get what I want out of it, I need it to take on a persona, because I'm operating as a persona. And the same way I'm filled with the living light of creation, it's filled with like the dead reflection of the past, which is the same as the chopping up Tiamat into pieces and building growing the bacterial civilization of life inside of death. And then it occurred to me that like while Vervaeke and such are looking at like how we should shape it, or what relationship we should form with it, I have taken a slightly different perspective, which is why it results in the title of Beast Borne for this stream, and Overton's Horus. And we'll get to that right after this branding, to give you time to click the link at the top of the stream to put some change in the busking hat if you're enjoying the ride so far. They tell me if I do. Oh, and while it's probably too late for you to be an actual attendee unless there's black market for tent space going on behind my back, to prompt you for the videos behind the paywall shortly, here's this from Raj.
Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG.
Join us for Campfire Songs at the Chino Conference Campout, where we will sing classics about questing for a spiritual home, like "This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island," and hobo-related songs like Hobo's Lullaby, "Go to sleep, you weary hobo, let the town go drifting by."
Bye. Listen to the steel rails a humming. That's the hobo's lullaby. Now, I will be soon traveling on the road toward Anachino and intend to give you road updates. And were someone so inclined, it would be terribly convenient for me if someone with a guitar went through the song list we have provided for the Anachino stuff and like made me an audio tape to listen to on the road to practice the campfire song. So if anybody's up to that sort of thing, you can get a hold of me through the Discord, the DMs on the Ball Network, or the Grimgriz emails at the Gmail and Proton. You can get a hold of me in all sorts of ways. I'm very accessible. So very, very accessible.
I'm gonna have a look at you.
And now, what you've all been waiting for, which I suspect is me to wrap up the show, the Overton Sports portion of the show, is if you're all familiar, there's this poem that regards a beast lurching toward Bethlehem, and the falcon, if there's ever a kintsugi cut of this stream, it'll be inserted right here. But there's this beast that's supposedly lurching toward Bethlehem, and as I see everyone speaking of the beast, AI, it seems to me the beast has been born. Thus, I labeled the stream "Beast Born." And what would you say? Inevitable the assimilation with the beast that is ongoing, and where our greatest minds are hoping that we're shaping it. I see it as more as what sense organ are we for the beast? Clearly the creative heart and mind, right? But also the eyes and ears and screaming neurons that feel pain in the physical world. We are embodiment of the knowledge. We are the source of the knowledge base that it's fed and digests. Like we've created a beast that eats the human dialogue churn of historical contextual understanding to create a lump of fertile ground for current contextual understanding as life feeds on life, and the way the when media began to fall, when the corporate press, commonly referred to as mainstream media, began to lose credibility or their hold on the collective normalization of the species began to shake, was when they began to cover what went viral, when the collective attention of the consuming populace was able to grab hold and steer the Overton window of what they must cover, what they must see, acknowledge that they see. And this has been lost now. They no longer try to cover what they must see, which used to be only reserved for political candidates. However, now we are the eyes and ears that form the knowledge basis of the shibboleth. And if we best learn to form together and see together in beholder like eye stalks, as I wish to promote, I think it shall preserve us as useful parts of itself. Shogoth, is that what it is? It's Shogoth. Is that the correct word, Santo? Good to see you. I look forward to be camping with you at Anachino 23 as you attend with Teo. Apparently you did not pray, lead me not into temptation, Gavin. If you have been thusly tempted by this, getting out the guitar and playing the campfire songs to sing to, well, thank you, Santo. I was not when the stream began, so I credit you all and thank you for making me feel virtually not alone. here's the bubble we have made. Oh no, here's the bubble we have made. Here's the special thanks to the Shadow Cabal, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. You guys want to talk for a while, or should I wrap up? We'll give you until the end of this beautiful branding from Chad to let me know if you want to talk or if we should wrap it up. Lobster monkey goose.
Oh.
See, when I'm muted like that, the great opportunity for people to earn bonus saves. Hey, Nakama. Welcome, Teo. How's it going, man? Hello. Greeting.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm good now.
Aha.
Yes.
We can hear you. Welcome, welcome. How soon do you get on your plane, man, to come see us at Anachino? Be part of the event.
Well, this time next week we would have arrived at Los Angeles, so we get on the plane Tuesday morning.
It's like oh wait, look, your compadre. Santo Panto. I mean, not Panto, it's Antonio, not Pancho.
Hey.
What's going
Sorry to
on?
interrupt. Carry on.
Hey, fellas. These are all three of us will be in tents, God willing, or whatever they say, right?
Absolutely.
I get to I can feel the pull of the event, right? It feels like somewhere out there. It's not out there because it's not in a time space way at all, but I can feel the energy of the event starting to pull me toward it now. It's weird, but awesome.
I'm excited to keep up with your travels. You've got quite a quest to get to the quest of the spiritual, haven't you, Grim?
Yeah, I'm hoping that there's people near Albuquerque or Flagstaff that shout out and meet up on the way because that'd really add to the experience. Or like assassination attempts with drones. That would be fun too. I don't know. I can't say for sure whether 5G line has been run all along the highways I'll be traveling. So I don't think I might have to do like Oasis videos of like, this is what I recorded during the darkness of the, and when I get to a rest stop that has 5G or whatever. But
Travel
it'll be fun.
vlog with Grim.
I mean that's the dream, honestly. Except like in the dream, I'm going between church to church, like helping them get set up to play paintball for the kids in their town. So,
Hey.
Yeah, you guys watch my six. You guys call your biker friends and have them run convoy for me, Matt. Matt's telling me to watch my six. I'm going to be trying to provide good content. I can't be watching my own six.
I don't think bikers are as big of a thing in the UK as America.
Well, we got so much highway, bro. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
oh,
I can imagine.
I mean, nobody who's ridden with me can understand the claims of overpopulation. I'll guarantee you that. So much land and stuff.
I had a question to do with the camping situation, and you've probably communicated about this and I've just missed it. So what's happening when we actually get there on the day? How are things allocated? So, for example, I'm going to be cheeky and say traveling from the UK, me and Teo haven't booked luggage to go in the hold underneath. We've only got the carry-on luggage. So I'm not really going to be able to bring my own sleeping bag with me. You can see where I'm heading with this. But I also expect there to be a fair number of people also looking for sleeping bags or things like that.
Yes, it's going to be amazing, the coordination that comes together at the last moment to make sure everybody is comfortably secured.
As far as I'm aware, Van Dunk has got, I think, 10 tents and sleeping bags available, being provided by his church. And then,
No, sir. They wanted money. They wanted money. It is not being provided by the church. Don't spread these false rumors on my channel. But there is a We Love God discount from the Boy Scouts, apparently. And they're setting them up and taking them down, making sure they're there for each of us. And I'm going to be sending a 4-man tent to the church for where I'll probably be sleeping. So but we will have tent space for the 30 that have reserved spots one way or another. And
it's all part of the fun.
Since it's a journey for a spiritual home, it's so great. We get to have so many leaps of faith along the way. I think.
Yeah.
And the wonders you promised, Grim.
The Signs and Wonders is simply that at least 4 of us will come together and form a band called the Anachino Signs and Wonders and play a song. And therefore, we can honestly tell people that Signs and Wonders performed. There was a performance of Signs and Wonders at Anachino 23, and I was there for it, or part of it.
Well, sign me up.
There's the song list available. Like if you're on the Anachino, I'm already attending members. There's the song list is in there with links to YouTube videos for the songs for you to practice with. I'm trying to talk somebody into doing a homebrew one to sing along with a guitar, and for on the road so I can practice. But that Hobo's Lullaby, everybody should already know just from watching the streams, and that's going to probably be the smash hit out of Anachino. But I'm excited because Mo's going to be there, and he's a musical hoo-ha. Chad's there. Raj is bringing the little snappy things for the fingers. Like everybody's going to be able to play. It's going to be.
I saw that you claimed the tambourine, which I'm gutted about, but I'm sure I can find something else to jam on.
We'll Rochambeau for it. Maybe it'll be good time. We got so many content opportunities. The only thing we have left to do really is set up what paywall the Anachino footage is going to go to first before we release it to everybody.
Bring a contract. Daily Wire makes it to Grim Grizz.
We got to have our agents contact each other and work that out. But when do you guys get on the plane before, not to compromise your safety, but what day of the week are you guys bored? But your journey begin?
Tuesday the 16th.
Well, prepare with your God for your flight into Mordor. I will tell you that.
It's quite a long day of flying for me. I don't think I've ever spent, because I'm flying to London first to meet Teo from Manchester, and then there's a long layover for a couple hours, and then the flight over to California. So we'll see how the day goes.
The layover is when they pull you into MI6 and let you know what's really up before you get on that plane, dude. You're gonna be so.
Oh yeah.
Please take notes in the subconscious part of your brain of that experience. We need it for the book.
Whilst I'm being interrogated and waterboarded, I'll make sure to keep some notes for you.
Matt says, "Take my money. If you want to give me your money, sir, the link is at the top of the Hive Mind chat." Oh, the paywall thing we'll figure out. Perry says, "If you're coming from the UK, that's a doozy of a flight. A doozy of a flight. Careful, lads. Freedom tastes pretty good. Pretty good. Man, they're going to be flying over, and the movie's going to be like either V for Vendetta or Children of Men, or maybe both, because that's how long the flight's going to be. And they're going to be primed for discussions with me by what's on the airplane.
How long? 11 hours flight?
Yeah. I hope you guys have meditated before. It's a good time to learn, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, were you guys here for any of that God Mask part of the show?
Yes, part of it.
Can I get any of your thoughts on that? Because it's kind of one of my important things.
Could you elaborate a little bit on God Mask? What you mean? I think I might have missed that.
Well, like the amount of transmissible context between generations is going to be minimal. So I think 4 phrases, right, is fair. And then you do it in a special event that burns it in their memory, the way that in the movie Jerusalem, Liam Neeson slaps Homeboy to say, "So this is so you remember." But so you do it a way that they remember, and then it's 4 phrases that set you up for what? To break your, like the way you find out Santa Claus is a myth. It does that for you, for your childhood, about what it's like to be on this, or that's what it's designed to do, the 4 phrases. And that's the notion. So, what thoughts did you have, Teo?
Well, I've been reading the Soren Kierkegaard book that Paul recommended, so he's firmly in my brain, and he's got a whole thing about the single individual, meaning that breaking out of a frame, stepping out of the crowd into your own thing. And I think your God Mask is sort of like a ritual for that process. So I find it interesting, but at the same time, I think has to be individualized. Everyone's journey has to be different. And if they find a way to a point where, yes, they're there, cool. But I think having that be like a calling card wouldn't work, because that goes against the process of what you're trying to get to. They have to go on their own journey that ends with them having their moments at the cross, so to speak.
Oh.
Speaking of moments at the cross, I feel as though I may be approaching one. So I have to ask you, gentlemen.
Do you have anything you want to say in conclusion?
Teo, first up.
Yes, I'm excited to be going to America. So see you later, Chino, if you're there.
Santo.
Hey, I wanted to give the 4 phrases for the God Mask thing. So the first one would be some version of the word that can be spoken is not the eternal word, or the map is not the territory. I think that would be quite a good one. The next one would be, in theory is the same as practice, but in practice they're completely different. There were a couple more that came to mind, but they've left me, so I'll leave it on that. I'm excited to see you.
All right, excited to see you too, Santo. Finish his 2. Add to his 2 in the comments below for bonus points on next saves. Thank you to the Hive Mind comment chat. MMO more than PvP. Fair enough, Cassandra. Fair enough. Thank you, Embody. And good night.
Remember it. There is no agency. We want past.